What's up, you guys? As you can see, we're just pulling up to my local quarter-mile drag strip here, and I'm gonna see what this stock 335 can run before I start doing some performance mods to it. So that's gonna be today's video. I got Eileen with me, and she's gonna try and help me film, and we're just gonna have some fun out here. I've got some GoPros set up, and I don't know what to expect from this thing. I have no idea, but today is opening day at the track, so it's the first day they're open, and I've been waiting to run this to get some baseline numbers for this build. I don't know, babe, what do you think it's gonna run?
I think 12.8.
Oh my gosh. You're used to my other car.
I think a 12.8.
That would be very nice for a stock N54, but I think we're gonna be a lot closer to a 14 something.
My car runs a 14 something.
You don't know that for sure, but
we tested it.
This might be a low 14. I don't know. I'm not sure what to expect. So I guess we've got Eileen's guess, and I'll be happy if we can do a low 14 or something like that. So we just pulled in. I'm gonna register, and I'll check in with you guys in a bit. A lot of weird stuff here.
What?
I was recording Brian. Alright, as you can see, I'm in line to make a pass here. I've got a GoPro set up here, and I've also got one on my helmet, so I'm going to throw that on, and this will be the first ever pass I've ran in a automatic 335. First pass this thing has seen, so I don't know what to expect, but we will see what happens. Wish me luck. All right, here goes nothing. All right, let's see if I know how to work this automatic thing. Go ahead and turn off traction control. I just put it in sport. I have no idea if this thing will burn the tires good. Man, this thing's so quiet. Here goes nothing. Stage up. I'm just gonna let this thing shift for me. She's moving out. I don't know if I spun tire on the launch. I feel like I definitely could have launched better. I do not use my blinker on the drag strip. I don't know what I was thinking there. That was my buddy's Camaro that I just raced. He picked up that red Z28 in front of us here, and that's auto as well, and he's got his drag pack set up on it, but he's got a hot tune on it and not a ton of mods, but we wanted to race for fun. So now I gotta wait to get my slip. I thought that went well. I mean, this thing's bone stock, super quiet. I don't know what to think of that. I think I could have launched better. I don't know if I started spinning tires because I stalled it up a little too high or what. I'll show you guys the slip when I get it in a second. Dang, I don't know if you can see this. Funny car. There's some really fast stuff here. There's some fast cars that are just pure drag cars, and then there's people like me running their stock auto vehicles. Thank you. They got a little backed up in the staging lane, so right lane, ooh, a 14.7 at 95 miles an hour. with a 260 foot. Yikes. All right, so we got some work to do. I know this car, you know, we've got 140,000 miles on it. As far as I know, it's never been walnut blasted. I can feel it. I've never been able to feel it in a car before, but this thing's got 140K and never had a walnut blast. So that's one of the first things I want to do, just because it kind of idles like crap and I can just tell it needs it. So I'll probably do that, and spark plugs, coil packs, and I think that alone would give me some more performance that I'm just missing out on right now for it being not maintained up to date here. So first ever run, definite room for improvement. I'm gonna get back in line and see what it can do again here. Okay, so I have this Draggy app that I was running at the same time, and this is kind of going to be what I use when I'm not able to go to the strip and see adjustments that I make after modding this car step by step. I want to show you guys how accurate it really is. So I've got the right lane of my actual time slip here, which ran a 1471 at 95.5 miles an hour, and here on Draggy, this GPS device, I ran a 1469 at 95.8. So I mean, that's almost dead nuts accurate. 60 foot 2.2, 60 foot up here is 2.2, 8th mile 954, 8th mile 955. So I just wanted to show you guys how accurate this device is, and if you guys aren't able to make it to the track yourselves, it's really simple. It's just an app that you download on your phone, and I just have a little box plugged into my center console here. So it Bluetooth connects, and as long as you're on somewhat flat pavement, it'll spit out basically a time slip, and they've got all sorts of stuff in here. Quarter mile is just one of them. They got 0 to 60, 8th mile, 60 to 130. So I love this app, and I just wanted to show you guys how dead nuts accurate the two are. So I just got back in line here. I'm gonna make another pass, try and improve on this time a little bit, mess around with my launch. I don't know, I'm totally new to this auto 335 game, so I'm gonna try and get this down as much as I can, but we'll see what happens. Okay, traction control off here. I got it in sport, and I got a funny car in front of me. Let's see what this looks like. Wow, that's crazy. Okay, I think I got a little more heat in the tires that time. Let's see here. Okay. God, these shifts could be definitely improved. So far, this feels a little bit better. Can I get him? Can I get him? Oh, dang. I think I had him at the end there. I didn't expect that. That felt better than the first run. I don't know what to expect, but I'm at least expecting better than a 14.7, so let's see what it ended up being. He red lighted on me too. He left way before the tree went down. Looks like she's running up to give us our slips. So the difference is from last time where I let a little bit of air out of the tires in the back, just because I think they were pretty high up in pressure. And then I also did a bigger, better burnout before actually launching. So it felt better down low this time.
There's a dead car up there.
Okay, so. Thank you. 14.6 at 97. That is a definite improvement. 360 foot. So it launched worse, but must have backed half better. I'll look at this slip when I park in a second. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can see this here, but 360 foot, which was a little bit worse than the last one. Let's just compare the two. So the first run I had a 260 foot. This one I had a 2.3. Faster to 330. The 1/8 mile time is about the same. And then the 1/4 mile time ended up being 1/10 of a second faster, and I picked up 2 miles an hour there. So I think I must have back halved a little bit stronger the second time. And if I would have had an even better launch, even the same launch as the first run, this would have been even better. So I think the first run I was heat soaked a little bit, and the second run I let it cool down. So that's maybe where the difference came from. But overall, I'm knocking it down bit by bit. So I'm gonna get back in line and see if I can beat this time. So I've got the draggy up. I wasn't able to make another pass at the drag strip, but I'm gonna try one more on the street just to see if it's in that same ballpark. So this time I'm gonna try kind of modulating with the e-brake a little bit, but we'll see what happens here. Oh, she spins. She spun way too hard that time. Alright, let's see what the draggy said. Oh, see, that was faster even though I spun. 14.4. Not terrible. Let me pull up the full sheet here. So as you can see on the street here, I was able to run a 14.4 at 97 miles an hour, 228 60 foot, which is similar to what I was running at the track. So I'll go ahead and compare this to the slips that I had at the track, but that's pretty close, and it was an upward slope. Alright, I'm back in the same spot. I'm gonna do one more hit, see if I can, now that the tires are warmed up, not spin, and I'm gonna carry this one out a little bit longer just so I can get a 60 to 130 time as well. So here we go. Oh, that was a better launch. Oh, that 1-2 shift. This thing needs a tune. Come on, baby. Alright, I didn't want to bring it out to 130 because there's a stop sign coming up and I don't know if we would have hit it in time. Oh wow, look at that, just shaving down the time. Let me pull this up here, show you guys. 14.3. I don't know if you can see this. There's a car behind me. I'll fill all these slips in at the end. I'm done now. Alright, I just got back home with the 335 and I want to just go over the slips because I did end up doing a fairly decent pass on the street. I apologize for any noise you might be hearing. Somebody's getting their roof done over there, so there's a lot of nailing going around. But this was my first pass at WIR. 1471 at 95 miles an hour. Launch was okay with a 260 foot. I've learned you can't really stall these cars up very high without spinning the tires. Pass number 2, got it down about 1/10 of a second, 14.6 at 97 miles an hour, so knocked a 1/10 off, picked up 2 miles an hour. 60 foot was worse though, so my launch was worse than the first time, but it looks like the back half of the track I did better. I was gonna run more at the at the strip, but they ended up shutting down. So as you can see here, first run and second run, 1469 versus actual 1471, and then 1464 versus the actual of 1461. So very, very, very close. Then I did a run on the street here, as you guys saw, where I pulled the e-brake a little bit. I did do a decent 60 foot, 2.28, and I got the time to 1444 at 97. So that knocked off 0.2 of a second from my second pass at the strip, just by kind of using that e-brake, getting a little bit better launch, and it seemed to be pulling pretty strong. I wanted to do one more try because I was spinning pretty good on that street launch. So after the tires were heated up from the first one, I got the 60 foot down to a 2.18 the second run on the street, where I was also pulling the e-brake and releasing that for the launch. So that resulted in a 1431 at 97. So it looks like a fairly consistent mile an hour of 97 being the best, but the launch really affects the final ET on the quarter mile. So getting this down to the 2.18 I think is really what affected the final result of the 1431. So I think it has a little bit more left in it, if I'm honest, just being stock, kind of getting that launch down and maybe optimizing the shift points. But this is a good baseline. So best of 1431. I'm pretty happy with that, given the situation with the car. Like I said, it does need a walnut blast. It could use spark plugs, coils. So I think my next steps with this car are to do the maintenance that all N54s really need before you start modding it, and then you guys can start expecting performance upgrades. So I'm already picking those out. I'm already buying those. I'll be installing those. But first things first, maintenance on these cars. I bet doing that walnut blast, spark plugs and coils, I'll be able to shave that quarter mile time down, whether I'm able to get back to the track or just use the draggy, just by doing that, because I can already feel it. It's holding power back. So that's what's next for this, then some fun mods. So be sure to subscribe. I love going to the track. I had a blast today, and I hope it comes through in the videos, but that was kind of my first experience filming at the track and showing you guys. So be sure to like this video, subscribe for more stuff coming soon, and I'm actually going to be working on this tomorrow now, so there'll be a video coming up as well, doing the clutch on the 135. I'm excited to get this thing to the track. I wanted to take it today, but I decided I needed to get baseline numbers with the 335 before I start modding it, and that's going to be happening soon. But this thing's going to go to the track too. So that's a stick car. That thing's a handful to drive, a lot of power. But either way, lots of content coming. So be sure to subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.